Welcome, my friends. We have some good stuff for you. Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 9 content. First off is 3-star against a maxed out base, pretty much, except the heroes. Now, this is the second attack on this, and it has 2 single target infernos. So what do you do when you're facing 2 single target infernos? I'll show the first attack on this, and I use that knowledge to help get this 3-star. But this is where you would come in anyway. Typically, why? Because the queen is in the southern compartment. Creating the lair here, you see that giant? That giant is just protecting my wall breakers to make sure I don't have a wall breaker fail. I'm bringing just a couple bowlers to make sure they kind of have enough firepower to get through this whole section, because there's quite a bit. There's storages, those dark elixir pumps, they take a lot of hit points. The queen is luckily going to come back in, lured by that CC, and the goal of this, honestly, this kill squad gets a lot down. It gets a CC, the queen, Tesla, 2 Teslas, air sweeper, and I think that archer tower as well. So very powerful stuff. The queen, with her ability, will take down these units here. So already I've got it made perfectly. Good stuff indeed. Now, bringing in the Laloon portion, going to make sure I'm going to haste towards that Inferno tower. Now, when you're dealing with single target Infernos, they take down your hounds so quickly, you got to make sure you're hasting your loons to get to those defenses as quickly as possible, because there's not going to be much tank available. But plenty of troops here just creating the collapsing on that final air defense. And then once that is down, I decided to put the rage there to make sure they pathed quickly through that air defense and then into the next Inferno tower. And they're going to have just enough juice, look, right to get them right to the very end. Put a heal where that Tesla is, those 2 Teslas. It was a Tesla farm, but I took it out. But look at that. Single target Infernos, yes, they are deadly, and they really do stop hero pushes. They stop, and you have to be very quick on your loom portion, but that is how it's done. Pretty tough base, I think, as far as the base layout. Honestly, well, the base layout, maybe not so much. It's felt easy to attack it. Maybe that's because of the base design, or maybe I just got lucky. Who knows? Because I have failed on single target Infernos, and heck, I failed on... Anyways, this is the first attack. And this is what I used to gain knowledge from. See, he used 2 baby dragons there. I realized they didn't do anything. The final, all he needed was 1 baby dragon. Yes, he had a wall breaker fail. So because of that, that's why I brought that giant, to make sure I didn't have that wall breaker fail. And I brought bowlers because I thought... See, the queen barely got in there and took down the CC. So I was, you know what? I'm going to bring wall breakers. I also noticed, you see that wizard tower there? He didn't take that out. So those first loons on the haste had the backtrack. You never want your loons to backtrack. And look, that Inferno tower is up and running. So that was actually really all I took. That was the main thing that I saw in that attack. The rest of it, you know, he just didn't get it. He's a great attacker, but that queen was up, so he couldn't do anything about it. Here are a couple other Town Hall 10s for you. Now, I certainly think it's very important to know, again, each base, I've said this before, is totally different to attack. You can't use the same strategy for each base. So on this one, he is bringing in a kill squad, pretty heavy kill squad. Now, because if you're going to bring a heavy kill squad, that means they have to take a lot down. More than just the CC and the queen. They're going to have to get down, if it's these low-level Infernos. By the way, I like bringing bowlers on these low-level Inferno bases. It's really like a Town Hall 9, and bowlers wreck Town Hall 9s. But you can tell this kill squad got a lot. Got the queen, got an Inferno tower, and the CC. And that was even without the queen going into the core of the base. So, I mean, that's pretty powerful stuff. That's this low-level kind of Town Hall 10 action for you. You can take it down with relatively ease, as long as, you know, your path right, your funnel right, things like that. Now, this is where it gets dicey. You see that single target Inferno? It took down that hound immediately, and if you don't get that, a little misplacement on the rage, but no biggie. He's going to get this 3-star nonetheless, but even that low-level Inferno is just not enough power to protect this base against the 3-star. He's got the queen plus her ability left. Very powerful stuff indeed. I like using bowlers on these lower-level Town Hall 10s. technically Town Hall 9s with the defenses. So keep that in mind. I think it'll go well with you if you bring a heavier kill squad on the lower. On the higher maxes, you don't necessarily need a high kill squad at that. So I'm going to show you a fail here, and let me see here. This is the one I want. This is the Town Hall 10 fail on this maxed out ring type base. Beast is a solid attacker. Actually, he's a great attacker. Much better than me. Please, I'm trash here. But he's 3-starred these bases, and these ring type bases, this design is extremely bad. I think I've said this before. Don't be rocking this at all. I think the reason he failed here, I don't even know if he gets the CC down. If I don't remember. No, he gets the CC down. So the kill squad is perfect. So on this maxed out base, all he brought was a hero charge. This is a hero charge. Some people call it suicide squad. And look how much he was able to get down. The CC, the king and queen, and he's going to get 2 air defenses, I believe, or at least 1. Now, if he brought actually a couple, maybe bowlers, I think bowlers would have done well. At least maybe he didn't mean many, or maybe a couple giants, maybe 2 giants, just to tank a little bit more for the king. And the queen would have been able to get at least that last air defense down, or maybe not, at least a cannon, or maybe that air sweeper at that. But I think this one failed, honestly, because, let me pause it. So when you're dealing with these Inferno towers, you really want to collapse on the center there and force all your loons into the core. And to do that, you're going to have to come in. See that air defense up to the north? You're going to have to drop those loons and the hounds now. And that way, as you put your loons towards that bomb tower and this core there, they're going to path to the Inferno tower. Then you freeze it, then you rage it, and that is all she wrote for the core. And that's why this one failed. Because the core, that is the danger of these ring type bases. If you can't funnel the loons inside, you're going to get the fail. Look at those. Only 3 went into the core. It's just not quite enough. It was just a little late on that northern section. And that's something you learn. I know he just made an attack recently that he changed that up and kind of collapsed on both corners or both sides. And then in the middle, he put a bunch of his loons to hit the core. So, you learn from your mistakes, and that is the best way about the Clash. If you're not always learning and changing your tactics, then you might need to rethink your gameplay because I know I'm always trying to become better at this game. Moving on to some Town Hall 9 stuff. Now, this is Town Hall 9 versus kind of a Town Hall 10. It is a Town Hall 10, but not obviously no Infernos. Not everything's back up and running. So, bringing in 2 golems here. Now, this is a gobolo, heavy on the kill squad, but you got to use bowlers at Town Hall 9 without Infernos, or even Town Hall 10s without Infernos. They're so powerful. So, I'm not really sure why he used wall breakers and then 1 jump right there. I mean, the 1 jump would have done the same thing. So maybe, I don't know if that was planned or not, but it doesn't matter. With the bowlers and the rage and the heal, they last so long, healing up all his troops. The bowlers are going to just wreck pretty much half this base. Before he even brings in the loon portion, this base is completely toast. You can tell king and queen still up. Bowler, I think he has every single bowler alive. I mean, that's ridiculous. Because nothing can stop him. Once the heal spell and there's no Infernos, the bowlers will stay alive. Unless you just lose them early on. There's like a triple giant bomb or a double giant bomb. You don't drop the heal quick enough. But Simper Ute showing us how it's done. A solid, he's so good at Town Hall 9. These Gola loons are extremely powerful. I think they're better than the straight Pentala loon because you have golems. Now, you don't have to bring, you have bowlers to bring. You don't have to bring 2 golems every time. You can just bring 1. It honestly depends on the base because I think this base was so compacted. That means all the defenses were closer together. So he thought he needed the extra firepower, and obviously he was right. He did. He has plenty. Look, he's gonna swag 8 loon swag. Oh my goodness. He was like, you know what? I don't even care, boys. I got this. 8 loons. Oh my, 8 loons. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Way to go, Simper. Oh, swagging those 8 loons. Whew. That's an attack right there. I don't know. Swagging, I understand why people do it. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't take the risks. If you're a badass attacker, why not? Go for it. So this is using just one golem. So again, there's multiple ways to do this. The biggest thing is make sure you create the widest funnel possible. Now a lot of people, he could have actually probably brought one more wizard to make it go a little faster, but honestly, it's okay. You want to actually, luckily he hit that mortar was there. You don't want to break in your, you don't want to bring in your wall breakers too soon, because that means your golem's going to be left all alone. And that can be very dangerous, because if he goes down too fast and doesn't tank quite long enough, that means the king and queen will die a little sooner. But the funnel was there. You could see the queen is going to take down the CC with a dragon and some loons in there. I think she's also going to get an expo, hopefully. Does she get an expo? She gets a wizard tower. She gets an expo. And she should have made... Is she going to get anything else? Oh, those little skeletons. Look at that. She's going to die, I think. She's going to lock onto the gold storage. I don't think she gets anything else. Unfortunately, I think she could have gotten something else if she just held off on that ability a little longer. But no matter. Coming in with the air portion here. Those two hounds, I mean, it would have been nice to put them on that... to split them off so they'd trigger both traps, but it does, that's just nitpicking here. It could matter in the long run, but look at this. Max Lava Hound, the Max Lava Hound in the Clan Castle. Now, tough sections here. Look at this. You can tell they're really tough sections, and you're going to need haste for them, because you got that those wizard towers together, plus that air defense, and look kind of like a Tesla farm. All in that sort of section, but Siberian does... No, not Siberian. Siberian. I don't know if that's a playoff Siberian. I don't even know. Sibrian. I don't even know how it goes, but the Cape Town rules got destroyed in this war. Annihilated. Solid stuff, my friend. Solid stuff indeed. If you need this strategy, I think the Gola Loon is probably the strongest attack at Town Hall 9. I'm going to do some more Town Hall 9 content in the future, just straight up Town Hall 9, so don't worry about that. I think I have another attack I want to show you from Dilbert here. Yep. Okay, I know these bases, maybe, some of these bases are okay, some of them not. But again, I hate repeating myself over and over. Honestly, every base is tough if you don't know what you're doing. The funnel was there, and I'm going to speed up just a little. The bowlers are in the clan castle, of course. You got to be rocking bowlers if you're doing the Gola Loon. And look at that. Total mayhem. Now, he doesn't bring... Did he bring a heal? No. So, very interesting. I think if you're going to use bowlers in the clan castle, I think it's very important to bring a heal with you and use a bunch of the spells for the first portion of the attack. Why? If you don't use a heal, you could tell all the bowlers will just die very quickly, and then you really don't get the most out of them. If you had the heal, he would have been able to take down a lot more. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. I think it's more important, and just save a couple haste. Just bring a couple hastes for your loon portion. You don't need a rage for that. So that's how I would do the spell compilation for that. But he has got tons of loons left, so it doesn't matter. He destroyed this base. He decided to go heavier on the spells for the air, and that's a call you can make, and it's honestly up to you, because you are the attacker. You are the ship of your own captain. Wait, you are the captain of your own ship. The ship of your own captain. Oh my gosh, come on, Halo Okraheads. Oh my goodness, what do I have here? What do I have here? Gonna show a fail? Should I show a fail? Should I show a fail? Oh, I might show a fail. Maybe I'll show a fail. Okay. Okay, well, I won't show a fail. I might as well just show this other great attack. Now this time, what is he? This is kind of a tricky base. I kind of see what he's, the queen is off by her side, which isn't maybe the greatest, but the clan castle is hard to lure. Plus, you got all those air defenses in the core, but you need to have that other expo up on the defensive end. But look how wide this funnel is. Unfortunate he had the golem drift off to the side. That's too bad. But honestly, it's actually going to not be too bad in the end. I already watched this replay, and it does provide a lot of tanking for some of his loons later on. The queen goes down. He's not bringing in bowlers. I guess no bowlers today. No bowlers. So because which is fine, honestly, it's fine. But if you brought bowlers, he would have gotten down 2 air defenses, I believe, because I think they would have gotten it, because he would have been able to push really far into the base. with 2 golems. I mean, not 2 golems, 2 some bowlers there, but it doesn't matter. Taking down 1 air defense, and that's the key. If you can get down 1 air defense and you're doing the rest Laloon, that's okay. And he's going to be coming in from the south. Now, you could call an audible or make a split-second change and come from the north. That way, see that wizard tower? You won't have to use, it's already being tanked by that golem. But he comes from the south anyway, against an air sweeper. So maybe not the best. Honestly, yeah, that's not the best. Why go into an air sweeper? Just kind of think that through, guys. I know maybe in the moment he made a decision to come from the south just because he thought it was better. I mean, obviously he got the 3-star, so it's not the biggest deal. But those kind of things could add up to spell disaster. That air sweeper just blowing, just help yourself out as much as possible. That's all I have to say. Okay, so you just never know, because this last sort of section is going to get very dicey. No loons for the back end. Luckily he does. Oh, he has 2 haste, so he'll be able to push through this whole section. Luckily he has 2 haste. If he didn't have the haste, I would be a little concerned, because that wizard tower can cause a lot of damage. But again, look at this great attack. I mean, this Go Laloon strategy, even if you bring a kill squad or you don't, very powerful stuff, taking down these Town Hall 9s. Guys, I appreciate you watching today's video. Clash on, continue on. Please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Halo.